This is the first time I've actually got XLink to work for me. It's never worked for me before until now. I'm so glad that it's finally working.
Someone from third world country internet, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
As a British citizen, I suffer from third world country internet.
Burden.
I think Thatcher and May both destroyed your internet. Just, your prime ministers are off.
No debate. There's like no funding towards improving the internet, so everything is still like 20 years out of date, tops.
Well, it's funny because your first fiber stuff that's supposed to be put up, right?
We are the first.
And sold to China. Like all the factories were sold to China.
We're the first country in the world to get everything internet related, but we're always like the worst because we're the first. Because we're lazy.
Yeah.
Everything becomes better immediately.
But anyway, you guys were then set to do more improvements on your network. And then May went, nah, and just struck that.
Oh no, where I live, there was in I think early 2000s, late 90s, there was a massive project to replace
So I'm gonna assume you're Southern, by the way?
I am Southern, yes.
Yeah.
There was a massive project to replace all the internet between a new city and the other largest town with super fast internet. They gave up about 10 miles in. I'm on the other 15 miles that weren't completed. So they tore up all like the existing internet lines to make it. So they replaced them all, but obviously it's still the old shitty lines that haven't been replaced for forever.
So that's one of the least frustrating things about UK's internet for me. What would make me the maddest is that you guys are forced to use the company modem.
Enemy forces
but you can't use your own
command post. We've lost
and that's horrifying to me.
Our reinforcements have been cut off.
Everything is terrifying.
Man, it must be rough. First you pay your internet bill, and your telly license, and your knife license.
You don't need to do a telly license anymore.
Really?
Yeah, they're attempting to abolish it because.
Oh my god, the United Kingdom is finally moving forward.
Oh god bless.
Although I don't know because I don't know what's happening because the TV license still exists and they're not going to get rid of it. It's the only thing that profits from it is the BBC, and they're basically.
Say if they were to abolish the TV license, the BBC would go broke overnight.
Well, yeah, they've got no good shows anymore. All of the TV shows that people used to watch, they ruined completely. There's no coming back from the pit that they've dug. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're shitting themselves right now. They're losing
the company that came out with, well, not company, the government service or whatever. The guys that came out with Monty Python's Flying Circus, and a lot of other really good shows. Doctor Who, like, so many great.
Doctor Who is dead now. They ruined it completely.
Completely dead.
Top Gear died when they fired the presenters, and that was literally the two biggest BBC shows were Top Gear and, well, apart from EastEnders, but no one watches it.
Yeah, the only one I know is Top Gear.
Yeah, they ruined that.
Or at least was.
They tried replacing the presenters.
About Richard and Clarkson.
Dude,
don't worry, they've been doing it. They've been living it up at Amazon. It's fine.
Did you see the Clarkson episode where he's in the fog and for his car? He just finds his couple talking.
Yeah,
Grand Tour has quite. Surrounds the car.
Grand Tour is slightly better than quite a bit better than Top Gear in quite a lot of cases.
Yeah.
Mainly because they had budget and weren't the BBC. Everything's better when it's not the BBC.
I don't know if anyone else does, right?
What?
But when I try to aim at people, the auto aim like makes the aim line up.
Oh yeah, auto aim on as I've already learned seems to be very bad.
Well, is there a way to turn it off, or are you? Just...
Yes, it's in game. I think it's in controls or game options. I can't remember which one.
Well, the server
can you do it
shut it
outside
off.
of the game. Like, can you do it in game or nah?
Yeah, you can do it in game.
The server already has it all.
So I looked at the
best
controller and all I
internet
saw
speed
was
you can get in England?
other stuff.
You can get very fast. It just depends where you are, because obviously the cities have actually been upgraded. But I live out in the rural area where it's never going to get upgraded. So I have to suffer through years of pain and suffering.
Yeah, probably too much information. I work for.
Sorry. So, fun fact.
No one ever wants to say what internet provider they work for, because none of them are good, globally.
My favorite thing about internet service providers, right, is when you're at the DMARC and they swear it's not their issue. So what you do right is you take a plug and you wire it to an Ethernet, like into an Ethernet cord, and then you plug it into the port of their DMARC equipment so that they will know that it's on their end. They love it when you do that, I promise.
Oh no, Britain is a competition for anything internet related, because all of our telecommunication internet services are ran by BT. So whenever you call up an internet service for repairs and stuff, they say it's not, they can't do it because they need permission from BT. So BT will come round, they won't do anything, they'll say it's not their problem. And then you just get this argument between like 3 different services on who the fuck's gonna fix your problem.
I was just talking to a guy that was happening to. Basically, his company provided modem was just disconnected every night at like 1 o'clock while he was playing games.
Oh, that's been happening to me recently. My favourite thing is there's actual like massive fibre substation in my village. So you think, oh wow, with that proximity to like a massive building dedicated to internet connection, you'd get some quality speeds. No.
Yeah.
So you under tier 4 right now, bro?
I am in tier 4, yes.
You poor bastard.
It's fine. It doesn't change my lifestyle at all.
It's not fine. You can't even go to the store.
I can, because food shops are still open, and I work in one, so it doesn't really matter. I bypass the shit, so I still work. I don't work at Tesco, sadly.
Greg's.
I still can't get this to work.
Nah, please, I'd rather work at Nando's than Greg's. Love Nando's.
No, I'm still working, still getting paid. I still get to be antisocial. It's all fine.
What the hell?
Sorry.
Come on, man.
Dude, I was so happy when Nando's just became a thing in America. It's the best.
Captured a command post.
Real bully hours right now.
Alright, I don't appreciate people who drive in
Man.
We've lost the
Just
I
command
just got
post.
wrecked at spawn.
Our reinforcements have been cut off.
Oh, the spree is over.
Wait, has anyone made it out of the spawn yet?
I have, but not very far.
I can't even get this to connect.
No.
What guns are the clock?
All I did was
You're running
restart
XLink as
Kai.
administrator, right, bro?
Make sure you get the update in DLC.
Our reinforcements have been cut off.
You guys all use the DLC?
yeah.
Yep.
That's cool, actually.
I'm playing
that is
on
the worst map,
1X, so
though.
it automatically has all the stuff.
Oh, and you can actually play this on 1X with us. What?
Yeah, I'm playing on 1X right now.
I can't get it to work.
As am I.
Captured
So
a
hold on.
command post.
You do that via connecting via XLink, right?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, okay. Because it's just running compatibility. Yeah, okay.
Can't get it to fucking connect. It's pissing me off.
That's how I felt
Connect
until
is
it worked
pissing you off.
suddenly.
Yeah.
It's pretty terrible peripheral.
I'm so.
What the hell did I die from?
We've lost the command post. Our reinforcements are taking casualties.
Uh-oh.
Battlefront doesn't have sprint, does it?
No.
Not the
I
original.
didn't
No.
think so.
You could just
roll.
you could just roll sideways and go really fast. How do you roll?
Hey, David, come back here.
Double press B,
Hey.
I think, right?
No,
No,
it's
it's
A,
jump.
just left or right. So yeah, I guess if you just face
Can you put
sideways
tape
direction
on
you
the
want to go and spam A.
Huh, that really does work.
Can you put 2 people on these speeders? No.
No.
Yeah, big speedrunning tricks here. Just
When we first released this pack in 2008, Amy literally thought nobody would ever use it. It would just sit there unused forever.
Well, I'm glad she was wrong.
So am I. She was actually upset because no one was like thanking her constantly, saying, "You got us, you got stuff. It's so cool."
It's funny, the first time I came across her was in Sea of Thieves, and I was like, wait, I've seen that on like old Xbox forums. That name looks familiar. And then I found out who she was.
She was actually doing the DLC stuff before I was, but that was before I figured out how to reverse engineer C.
you guys.
I actually have to thank you very much for that, because had you not done that, I would not have been able to do what I do now, which is custom maps for Battlefront 2 Online. Well, yeah, on Xbox.
Just see the X menu, man. It's not that complicated. It was just harassing people who had the DLC.
I know, but we needed a copy of the DLC to basically work through it and see what we were missing, because no one had managed to get it working until I came along and was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to sit here for afternoon and fix it. And now we have loads of custom, well, 4 custom maps.
So how much DLC is there really? I mean, I'm assuming that we don't have all of it.
I'm guessing about 80% or more is what we have, and a good chunk of the remainder is sports titles with title updates and...
Oh, no one wants those.
Like roster updates.
People do want them. I mean, if there's DLC or like if there's title updates for Madden 2008, we should have it. That was a
title update for Link's 2004.
There is DLC for and it worked.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there was DLC for NHL 06 and NHL Rivals 2004 even.
Someone mentioned it in 2004, so I downloaded that crap today. It was mostly just roster updates.
Yeah, I have a copy of NHL Rivals in my closet here. Take it out.
Oh, I still have. You guys don't have it. It's just I don't have time to release it all.
Quick question.
One of the first things I do now is look for DLC on Xboxes I get.
Me too. I always look.
Okay, so for sports right now, I have All-Star Baseball 2004 and 5, NBA 2K5, NFL 2K5, NHL 2K5, ESPN NHL Hockey 2K4,
Wait,
and then Madden
NHL 2K5?
NHL 2K5 from ESPN.
Okay. Did you upload?
It's either a fix or a do. I have to look at it what I have.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Now, can you check?
I can work on that next.
Actually, I have a couple of Project Xboxes here, just because I'm just gonna.
Who do I need to check for?
Just look at the entire list.
The what list?
Gold 171 I don't have a connection to, and Null Control I still don't have a connection to.
Yeah, we're essentially like once I crack these up and have an FTP server up. What should I actually put on the hard drive to make sure I don't delete anything interesting?
Everything in the T-Data folder.
T-Data folder. All right.
Yeah, and you'll get soundtracks too. Just delete those because I mean, who cares?
Yep.
No, keep those. Those are time capsules. I always keep those.
Oh, no, I mean,
Xbox with
download.
You never know. Like,
pretty good.
like
When I bought mine, it was just full of rap music.
on one Xbox, I saw like a huge collection of Limp Bizkit.
Oh hell yeah!
And dude,
You
that's
took the
also
Xbox
story.
outside and shot it.
So what you're saying
It
is
says
I
a lot
leave the
about the
soundtrack,
person who owned
my
the
wife is on
Xbox.
contract. I get it.
An Xbox that was full of Slipknot music on it. I thought it was pretty cool.
That's awesome. Did you keep it?
I already have the TV, so when I need to store it, I just
your
put it.
the official soundtrack to 25 to Life.
So, I'm not sure how serious the rules are here. Like, I'm not sure if anyone's been in Insignia, but you can't really discuss a lot of the, things people do to get games on that channel. Is that similar here?
No.
No.
I
Okay.
mean, don't be like everyone pirate everything, but like
Insignia is trying to avoid getting shut down at the moment.
I'm not
They're not going to be shut down. I reckon what's going to happen is Insignia is going to get to a playable stage where they've released like an early version publicly, and then Microsoft's just going to fix Xbox Live and be like, "Fuck you guys, we could have done this all along, but we never did
I don't
because
think
we're
they
lazy
will
as
because
fuck."
of money.
They actually
That's what it
shut
comes
down
down
the
to.
original Xbox Live about 2 weeks before when they were supposed to. So I was like scrambling to get DLC at the end, and they're like, "Oh, we'll shut it down." And like everyone fucking freaked at Microsoft and like bring that shit back up. So Microsoft,
They're
2
saying
weeks
it's
brought it back up.
because you can't link original Xbox Live and current Xbox Live together.
Yo, Gummy, you're a madman, by the way.
But
built
they linked
differently.
it did somewhat work before because the Xbox 360 Xbox Live accounts could be read by original Xbox as well. It's just
No, it was a local user account that it created. It's like instead of saying it's using this other account, it's more like it when it loads up the virtual console or the virtual console, the emulator, it like kind of copies something over and says, okay, this is your new profile based upon that profile. It's like a one-time thing, basically.
I'm so sorry to you. I was trying to shoot these guys, and then there were heads in the way. I apologize.
It'd be like that in this map.
We really do. Like I got shot. I got shot in the back by a teammate with a missile launcher earlier. So.
Yeah, like I was playing like before this server opened up. There was like I think 4 of us playing on a non-dedicated, and I was trying to snipe, but like the hitboxes were like too big, and somehow it was just team killing all of my teammates. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, come on.
Yeah.
That's what I keep doing. It's making me so mad. I keep team killing.
Like, what's the point of sniping anymore? At least on this map.
Yeah, certain maps you just no. Like, imagine trying to be a sniper in the Java map, which is, by the way, the worst map.
Christ.
You mean the best map?
Yeah, that's the best map. The Gomorians are the best part of it.
You're wrong.
It's perfect for use with Rebel Vanguard. They have a rocket launcher classes.
Yeah.
You wrecked Baron? Alright.
Yeah, just in the tight hallways or stairs, I just like put mines everywhere too.
Oh no. I killed myself. Oops.
Oof, I didn't even know you guys were shooting at me.
Yeah, bad things happen sometimes. Like when your teammate throws a grenade and then kills all of you.
Yes, that just happened.
Yeah, I was there. I was there.
I am getting pounded. I was doing so good at my own server, but not.
Yeah. On your server, I was doing great earlier. I was like number 1 or number 2 every time, and now it's getting absolutely annihilated.
Oh, in the last server there was aim assist. That's why. Like in this one, I was like, oh shit, like why can't I aim anymore?
No, the aim assist is terrible.
Uh-oh.
Man.
Yeah, like when it comes to like network, yeah, aim assist sucks because at least on like my end, like the whole screen starts to stutter.
We've captured a command post.
Well, it like slides off of people. It's so disgusting.
Yeah,
that's
came back. I came back from playing Black Ops 4, where if you use a controller, it basically just plays the game for you. And I try to play this, and I'm like, what the hell? It is so bad. Like I run.
Please
on
don't
PC.
kill me! Please don't kill me! Please don't kill me, bro!
People on
Bro,
console are
please,
just snapping
bro,
my head.
please, bro! Oh gosh.
Strike point. Oh, strike point. It's alright, turn grenades off in this map.
How do you get down there? You spawn the wrong place. You're just.
I just jumped.
Oh my god.
Ouch.
Well, I can't find any help.
It didn't kill me, so.
You can't change your sensitivity, can you?
You can.
Yeah, you
can.
You can.
You go to the.
Does my MAC address have anything to do with me not being able to connect?
I mean, if you got banned for being a horrible person, maybe. Like, XLink just went.
Can you
no,
say your console
your
on
hardware
this
banned
one?
out, man.
I'm trying to connect to this on my Xbox One.
Do you say your console?
So I have a question. If the game is full, will it not show up in matchmaking?
It should show.
I'm not sure that's not full yet.
Okay, so it's not.
Like I can't even see the server at all.
Like you would think if it shows close,
yeah, check metrics and see if you can see your console first.
Their reinforcements are being depleted.
Let me try doing a quick restart on my computer. That fixed it before, because it wasn't showing up for me either.
But how do I check if XLink is even connected to my console?
Click the metrics tab.
At the top.
Yeah, click on metrics and see if your console is showing up, and see if it says it has going on. Which might work when it does signal.
You walk, I almost had you.
That's a definite red flag if you can't get it before. Our times we start.
What metric? Where's this metrics button?
It's
Should be at home, like when you first start XLink in there.
Are you
like right next to where you go to game lobbies?
Do you have the XLink open in like a web page or?
No, I have it open as the program.
Okay.
Oh, you really should use the web UI.
Yeah, use the web UI.
All
Just
right,
like
let me open that.
try start Kai or whatever it's called. When my computer starts all up.
Should be start XLink Kai.
Oh, Sticky, come back.
As well. If you don't start as an administrator, you're messing up.
Sticky is dead again.
Gone but not forgotten.
Hey, Jack Links. Hello.
Oh, I see metrics.
Why you gotta call me out like that?
Go me!
Alright, once you click on it and scroll down, is your Xbox showing up?
Alright, Gummy, you're banned from missile launchers and grenades.
It says wrong IP detected.
Gummy, finish the Zangief translation being a ban.
Yeah,
it'll say that sometimes just to work.
Then, yeah.
Big win. I did not
Try turn off your Xbox and then restart your computer, and then once your computer starts up, start your Xbox and see if that fixes it.
Wow, I am bottom frag. Oh wait, no, I'm not. Never mind.
Well, because when I connected to the...
Yeah, I like that score, Jack Links. I like it. It's just like mine.
So when the arena for this server, it says, if you're playing on Xbox One and cannot detect your console, we need to add your Xbox One MAC to our servers.
There's a link that I'll take you to a list of the first 6 digits of MAC addresses that are accepted, which, by the looks of things, are the majority of Xbox One consoles.
I just want to point something out real quick. My nemesis was Gummy. He's on my team.
You're an enemy of Poland.
Try it again, see if I can get in this time.
Gummy what though? Gummy bears, gummy worms.
Just gummy.
Yeah,
Gummy.
Gummy.
Simple as.
Gummy.
I only ever played Battlefront 2, so I've never played this map before. Looks like I'm like underwater. Interesting lighting.
And I see the ice cave.
Mistakes were made.
Is this game in 480p or is it 480i? I don't know. I don't have
480p. Yeah, it should be 480p.
Unless your Xbox is,
Are you running component cables? Because if not...
I'm running a pound cable to my...
Oh, the pound garbage
it still should
cable.
be 480p then.
Garbage.
But you have to
Hey, I like
set that in your settings menu, or it won't be.
$8, you're getting a decent quality. I'll say that.
Yeah, it's good.
At least while the Chimeric system's adapter, okay?
Maybe someday Make Megahertz will actually respond to my trouble ticket, and I might actually get that freaking Xbox HDMI.
I mean, I have it set, but it still looks just like.
Or just have a nice TV component.
Oh no, this nice.
Yeah, I might go hook it up to my TV with component cables.
Well,
a
I
really nice
found that when I
setup,
hook my Xbox to my TV with component cables, it actually adds a lot of lag to it. Something about these TVs, they don't
if
do
you
not
set it
like
in game mode, a lot
component
of
cables.
times that'll correct it.
When I bought my Mountain Dew,
there we go.
I just had a picture. I was totally blind in this auction. I was like one of the only bidders. It was a picture of the Dew, and that was it. I ended up getting a really nice carrying case.
Yeah, it's Mountain Dew Xbox.
And then really nice component cables of wireless.
Very progressive buying a picture of a Dew.
Huh?
No, it's a Mountain Dew Xbox, bro. Relax. okay.
Wait, what?
He's not German. It's okay.
Wait, what? Do you think I said Jew?
So he also said it was progressive, which is more worrying to me.
Last progressive picture of a Jew. Nothing wrong with that.
We're fine here now, Demon. So cheers.
Oh, cool. Just had to change the port, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really stupid thing with XLink, how it sometimes caches the port.
Yeah.
Does anyone use the monster component cables on their Xbox?
I do.
I think that's what
No,
mine
I've got
came
the OEM ones.
I've got the monster component cable, but I've got it connected to like an HDMI pass-through thing, so like it's connected to that and HDMI connected to the TV. Like I was saying earlier, just hooking component cable straight to my TV causes a lot of lag for some reason.
I might do
just do not like.
I might do the
See,
HDMI mod.
Ironically, the lag would be the least of my worries, man. Like when it comes to the monster cables, they have like the worst death grip I've ever experienced.
They have the worst.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's something I've heard about those. You gotta be careful.
Like I have the Xbox and the PS2 monster ones, and the Xbox one I can like just barely disconnect it, but like the PS2 one is permanently stuck to my my component switch box.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like, thank God I connected this to a switch box first, or else my TV's fucked.
Well, I mean, you could, if you're really careful, you could like spread the outer shell with connection. That's pretty good.
Right, you better get a heat gun. It's all over. Just get the heat gun.
No, don't do that.
Hot air reflow station. It's a deoxed in the hot air reflow station.
So,
Yeah, and, I mean, my TV's also mounted to the wall, so it would be very uncomfortable.
so is the HDMI mod actually worth it? Like, and it's pretty expensive. Right?
It looks like.
I would caution against it because it's a first-gen product.
Should I? I mean, like,
On the inverse, right?
Could just bought a 360.
I want to point this out. Like, when people complain about first-gen products, they sometimes don't realize that means you'll be waiting like 5 years. Like, for example, if you want an N64 Ultra HDMI, good luck, partner. Get on that 1,000-person waiting list for revision 2. Enjoy.
That's what I mean. There's other groups coming out with a similar product, which are going to be more refined because of his product isn't done yet. It's proof of concept essentially.
Would doing that mod to my do really increase it?
I wouldn't do it to a do.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it to a limited
Just
console.
get a fucking at least nice looking one, regular one.
Yeah,
Doesn't have anything wrong with it.
I mean, I've got like 4 Mountain. I mean, I don't have 4 Mountain Dews. I wish, but I have like 4 Xboxes here, and I might do it.
Yeah,
6
don't
right now, and I
do
gotta
not
get
do
rid
it
of
to a limited edition Xbox. No, I wouldn't. I would even be hesitant to open that thing up and take the clock cap out of it.
I mean,
like,
doing that increases its value because I mean, if you
No, it
I
doesn't.
felt like a god when I
I don't
bought
have
my
a fucking
Xbox.
screwdriver to hold mine. I would take the cap out if I did.
I opened mine and I installed a 1 terabyte hard drive in it.
Oh, 1 terabyte. Dude, I put a 3 terabyte hard drive in mine because I said I need that extra 300 gigabytes.
This is the 350 gig.
That's what I had on hand.
Dude, MBR is the worst though. It is. It hurts me inside.
Hold on a minute.
I had a stack of random just like old laptop SSDs and hard drives on my desktop, and I realized I had a WD Blue 500 gig. I'm like, that is going in my crystal.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got a 500 gig SSD in the one Xbox.
So you're just using an IDE to SATA thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's faster than.
Yeah, StarTech, man.
It's still faster, bro. Dude, StarTech.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, and
yeah, you have to use that, but you also have to upgrade the IDE cable.
Yeah,
you gotta use the 80 connector. Yes, you do.
Yeah, you do. No, it's just shielded.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Yes, why do you have to do that?
Dude, people just say that. They saw it on a forum post years ago.
No, man. Like I've actually tried it several times.
I've actually tried it on 2 Xboxes. It will not work.
It needs those extra lanes.
Right now. So clearly that's wrong.
They're not lanes. They're either. It's actually a second signaling wire for each one.
Let me ask you this:
spare ground.
Was the Xbox open when you were trying to do that? Yes or no?
No, God no.
Yes.
Okay, if it was open when you were trying to do it, that's why, because it's shielding in there. That will actually, block signals from messing with that cable. I promise you, you close it, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
I tried it on both
I've
my
never
1.4
taken apart an
and
original Xbox.
I've taken
so I
apart
wouldn't have
several
even
and
known.
tried it. It doesn't work.
To be fair, I've never tried with the Star Trek. I've only tried that with the cheap Chinese one.
Well, I tried it with the Star Trek. I tried it with Star Trek and it still wouldn't work. I didn't close it though, so I don't know if there's any.
This is why I just use an
claim or
IDE
not,
drive.
was not.
Yeah,
Do
I got a big 320 gigabyte IDE drive just sitting here.
Yeah, I mean
from my old
that's.
computer.
If you're not gonna mod your Xbox, and you've got an old IDE drive, that's the best thing to go with. If you're
Honestly,
not gonna hard
the
mod
best
it
thing to
and
go
fill
with
it full of
is
games.
look on eBay and try and find a new old stock 200
Ooh.
gig IDE drive. That's what I did.
You can even get them bigger than that.
I got a 500 gig WD AV drives.
I don't even
500 gig
Great
for
deal.
20 bucks. 20 bucks.
For £6, for £6 I got a 500 gigabyte IDE hard drive on auction. Came in perfect condition. Didn't put it in my Xbox.
So I'm gonna put in the chat what I got exactly.
I ended up putting it in the PS2, which is a mistake because I then realised how bad that was. I chose that.
Yeah, I didn't choose to do that. I just chose to have a stack of burnt games on blank DVDs.
Oh god.
Oh no, my issue with PS2 is I can't find a good FTP client for it, so it's just painful to put anything on the hard drive.
I got two fat PS2s, so if one breaks, I don't really care if the laser dies.
I said F it.
I've had the same PS2 for 21 years now. It's fine. I'm happy with it.
I just have a CECH A01 and, just fix the thermal compound on it, fix the fan curve, everything works.
You ever go on eBay and look at all these retarded listings people put for all their consoles? Like for the PS1, they'll put, "Oh, it's in cooked condition, but the laser doesn't work."
Yeah.
Or you have to put weight. You have to put weight on the.
To be honest, I'm surprised my PS2 has survived a lot. It still works perfectly fine. Disk drive works. The only thing it is a bit dusty. Both the DualShock controls that came with it are in perfect condition, apart from one which has lost one of its thumbstick caps. I have no idea where it went, and it really saddens me every time I see it because it's the only thing with the PS2 that's actually damaged.
One
You
reason
get replacement caps that are pretty
I
easy.
got my PS2 off the side of the road in a bag full of games.
Bloody thievery.
That's a good way to get
I
one.
got my first.
It was in the trash. I'm like, who the fuck's throwing this?
I paid $300 for my Dune, and when I opened it, it had 3 burst caps by the CPU, and it had a bad power supply because there were bad caps on that. I mean, it works, but I'm gonna replace the caps on it.
I bought my Xbox from
You
a
paid
charity
$300
auction.
for a broken console.
No, it wasn't broken. It worked. It's perfect. It is physically.
It can still function with the cap blown.
I replaced the caps with some Phillips ones just temporarily, but I'm gonna do a full recap on it. And
it doesn't need it, man. Just do the primary, like the largest ones.
I got my original Xbox for fucking $30 on Amazon.
That's how much I got mine for. I got it at a charity auction. Came perfectly fine. I actually thought it was going to come completely fucked because I've heard horror stories about Xbox conditions. Its disk drive is not lubricated, so it doesn't work. I have to pry that open. Good news is I don't need a disk drive. I have a hard drive.
Imagine using a disk drive.
Yeah, mine came with the controller at least.
Oh no, mine came with 2 controllers, but they're both third party and both suck balls. So
mine's a GameStop one. It's actually really nice.
The GameStop Pelican controller was actually very good.
I don't even know what model mine is, but it's really nice.
Pelican usually makes horrible products.
My controller's not bad, it's just the one I'm using right now, which is one of the ones that came with it. The only issue is the right thumbstick is completely loose, so it spins.
I think I can realistically beat all of you for the most and least I've ever spent on an Xbox.
Yes.
My first Xbox was a crystal Xbox I paid an engagement ring for.
Oh my god.
Nice.
I gave her
How
a
do you
ring.
value that?
She gave me an Xbox. I gave her a ring in the same day. It was pretty awesome.
Oh, okay. That's pretty sick.
And the least was a guy from Japan was a student in the U.S. He was like what are they called? Exchange student or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
He shipped me a Japanese smoke Xbox for free.
Oh.
It got stolen when I moved.
Oh.
But you all now have the Metal Wolf Chaos DLC from that Xbox.
Oh wow!
Thank you, sir.
That's why he sent it.
For your sacrifice.
Don't thank me. Thank man. The fucking guy sent me a free fucking Xbox for that. Like that's amazing.
What an absolute champ.
I got one of my
The cheapest I got was $5 and shipping was $15. So the Xbox itself was cheaper.
I paid $5 for one that was broken and it was just a stuck Samsung drive.
Yeah, same.
For me, like I was lucky. I got an Xbox with the Logitech controller. It didn't have the dongle, but I got the dongle like later on eBay. But the Xbox with the Logitech controller for like $15 at a yard sale.
I actually got 2 precision controllers I need to sell. If anybody really needs one.
I actually forgot. Mine also came with the fucking DVD player controller, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
So
the Xbox I have ever gotten is the one that I'm playing.
I want a game
right
console, not a DVD.
It angers me because I now have a DVD controller for both the PS2 and Xbox, and I've never used them once.
The Xbox was a great media center back in the day, though.
If you get angry, you can just throw it against the wall. I don't know.
Technically, the PS2 beat the Xbox as a media center simply due to how cheap it was compared to other DVD players.
Oh man! Once you get XBMC going,
that's why Netflix was released for PS2 was simply because the PS2 was that fucking cheap.
If I'm talking about an actual home media player, not a commercial.
An actual home media player, Xbox. Yeah, definitely Xbox.
I think have any of you guys ever seen the Mad Catz controller that's wireless with a fan in it?
It's pretty shitty.
Oh yeah.
Fan? Why
My
does it have
dude
came
came
with
with one of
fan in
those.
it?
My dude came with one of those.
Yeah.
My dude also came with a brand new controller, which I'm using right now.
Nice.
Man,
the dude didn't have a matching controller, did it?
Huh?
The dude didn't have a matching controller, did it?
No, it came. I checked the power-up cycle count on the hard drive before I replaced it. It was powered up a total of 200-something times.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, this controller is basically brand new.
I'm just saying, I'm surprised they didn't have a matching controller for the console.
Oh no, it's right here in my hand. The matching one that I assume came with it. Oh, you mean the green?
Yeah, like a lime green or
okay, yeah.
Mountain Dew.
Sorry, I am horribly stupid.
If anybody's really in search of precision controllers, I've actually got 2 that I need to clean up and sell.
Say that again now.
If anybody's looking, really desperately looking for the Logitech Precision wireless controllers, I've got 2 that I have to clean up and sell. They're just sitting in my apartment.
If anyone's got some extra Dukes, my friend, I got a couple of these Xboxes because I'm gonna be chipping them and giving them to friends. But
fuck the
there's
Duke.
some games on the hard drive for reasons. But
I want to get a Duke just because of just how stupidly big it is.
Yeah, they're huge. I got 2 with a console one time, but I'd never use them.
Dude,
I actually had 2 Hyperkin ones.
They're in like perfect condition too, so probably won't.
I feel like I have to play. I feel like I have to play through Halo 1 with one just one time.
The thumbsticks just throws me because they're different style.
I got 2 Dukes with one of my Xboxes back in 2013, and then I was able to buy like 2 more Dukes like 2 years ago, just because they were dirt cheap. And then, out of like pure fanboyism, I bought the Hyperkin controller because I was like, I really like the Xbox. I'll just buy an overpriced wired controller.
I bought 2 of those Hyperkin Dukes just to learn how to mod them for like the screen, and I've actually done it. I've actually got like my replacement video on that screen.
Nice.
Really cool. For me personally, I wish I didn't have that screen because maybe the controller could have been like $50, but it is what it is.
The total, essentially that thing is a demo kit from this small company in Japan, and that whole kit is about $1 or $1.50 somewhere on there. It's really not a lot. In fact, the actual software to run it is running literally the test commands to press a button to play a demo video. It's super basic. A buddy of mine and I reverse engineered it, and it was more basic than you believe.
So
they just scammed us with the price then.
No, I mean it is a well physically built controller. The electronics aren't the greatest, but the actual the injection mold and all that is pretty solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried.
Yeah, I would use
controllers. I was not a fan.
Does anyone know where I could buy some replacement thumbstick modules for these controllers? Because I have 2.
Yeah, you could just get a 360. Unless you're talking about a Duke, then I don't know.
No, I have two green controllers and a blue one that I've had since they were new, pretty much. You can, I mean, they're not broken, but you can just tell these thumbsticks are tired.
You can like get any kind of a controller from that generation, like a PS2 controller. Like you can still find brand new PS2 controllers on eBay for $30.
Leg though.
As far as
just harvest it for parts, I'd hate to do that to an official controller.
Well,
what do you
I was gonna say though, finding just a joystick module by itself, a good one that's gonna be precision and all that, that's pretty difficult to do. I've looked and I've yet to find any.
So you need the whole part, not just the thumbstick itself.
No, not just the thumbstick, but the one that actually is soldered to the board.
Gotcha.
Okay, so
yeah,
hold on with that. You can buy them. They are a known part from Alp.
Yeah, they're still made.
But here's the problem.
The
Xbox S controller board was very the glue for the solder, like the copper layer, was very bad. So by removing even just like the 4 mounting points, the main mounting points for those the solder pads for the joystick, you will remove probably half to 2/3 of the solder pads by being super careful. They're just the glue is so weak that just trying to resolder one of those sticks on, you'll fuck it.
No, that's not true. At least not for me, because I tried.
I've done over a dozen of them, and I've had like 3 that went perfect, and most of them I lose a couple pads.
What was the temperature at?
Oh wow, like 230, like barely melting temperature.
See, that might have been what the problem was. You didn't get it hot enough to melt the solder.
No, it melted. You can't remove it without melting, because keep in mind that you're pulling it the opposite. You're not pulling it along like the back of the board. You're pulling it out of the front of the board. So there's no way to actually crack that point.
Oh my god!
And I've been soldering for 30 years. Like I know how to solder. I just know that's a piece of shit board.
What about with the Duke controllers?
Don't work on them. They're shit. So sorry.
I love these Duke, bro.
So
I got
pretty
4
much
Dukes. I'm a man. All right.
Duke, more like Dookie.
These controllers
I
are
like
pretty
using the
much
Duke
irreparable.
because no one else enjoys using them, so I kind of just like, I don't know, I just have some pride in like, you know what, I'll accept you.
Like,
and I have 4 of them. It's like, you know, I really accept you.
I always just use my Xbox One controller now with the OG X360, so I've got controllers, so many that I just never use again.
Yeah, like I'm on an Xbox
works so well.
forum and they've talked about using those, and like I don't know, man. One of the reasons I play the OG Xbox is for that retro feel, and to use a new controller on it, I don't know, that would just kill it for me. Yeah, that would just absolutely kill the experience for me. If I was going to do that, I'd rather be playing right now with my Xbox One and like in high def and all that, just to use my OG Xbox.
Game actually looked like on an Xbox.
Yeah, I get it. I just wanted a wireless controller, and I didn't want to pay $40 for a Logitech, which isn't even like the exact S shape anyway. So.
And the D-pad sucks on there.
Oh god, yeah.
Dude,
there's no way to fix it too. I've tried dozens of different mods. There's no way to make it run nice.
Dude, Microsoft really lost the thread on the D-pads for a while there. Like the new ones are good, right?
Well, the 360 you can actually fix. It's pretty easy. You just take essentially sandpaper in a socket, and you just grind out the inside of the shell.
What was the point of the D-pad that could rotate?
They wanted the actual T-shape, but Nintendo has a patent. They own that T-shape, so they let you the changeable, the D-pad, like the hat versus the D-pad. That let them do that without paying Nintendo any money.
Gotcha.
Clever.
So basically, these controllers are irreparable.
It's not irreparable, it's just difficult.
It's not like the N64 where like you try to replace it.
No, man. I've actually been buying replacement gears for the N64. Just like the gears and the bowl, and that's it. It's a lot of
little secret for the N64.
Like everyone gets pissed off about it because it doesn't feel like it's original.
Here's a little secret for the N64. If you find one in good shape, take it apart, take your control stick apart, clean it, and use Permatex dielectric grease on every moving part in there on your gears. Don't get any on the sensors though, because that will screw it up. But use it on the gears and use it on the arms. I don't know what you call those. And then you put some in the bowl and on the tip of the stick. and it will and then put it back together, and it will never wear out if you do that. So if you catch one in good shape, you can stop it from wearing out. But if it's already worn out, there's a few mods out there, but I've never tried any.
I saw one where you could replace that entire joystick with the 360 360 thumbstick.
No. These guys.
I seriously doubt that would work very well. The optical sticks and those N64 controllers are really superior in their accuracy. These transistor, what you call
potentiometer.
Potentiometer, that's it. Potentiometer joysticks just haven't got anything on those sensor wheel sticks.
They just wear out, they get dirty. Although, to be fair, something you can do is just like drench it with 99% rubbing alcohol and just move your stick around, and it will actually clean itself out a fair amount. If it's just dirty, it's not worn out.
Exactly what I did. Jeez, somebody has their.
Somebody's
blasted.
Blasted.
Yeah, my game, like my Xbox actually crashed at the end of the last game. So I'm launching.
I lost connection to the host.
I just gave up trying to get it to work.
Any of y'all got that Origins mod menu on your ship?
Or what?
It's like Origins dashboard or something. I think it's for modified.
I know what you're talking about. No, I don't have it.
Origins? Oh god, it's Nacho.
Someone please turn your TV down a lot.
It's Kezi who's hot micing.
Yeah, you remember me up the 360 days when like kids had the Kinect right next to the TV and the mic was on?
Oh yeah.
No. Idiots, but like, shit. I haven't heard that in a while.
Dude, I actually have the Xbox mic hooked up and all that. Unfortunately, like, I didn't think anyone would be using it, so I haven't hooked it up. But I would definitely be using that crappy voice changer, 100%.
I've been making cables to use modern, like, 4-conductor headset on an Xbox controller. Or any. Well, not exactly, because it's kind of a weird pinout. Yes, it's a converter, but it's a really unusual pinout. So I made about half a dozen for the Insignia guys to hand out and like get them to people to buy some off me versus just giving a bunch out.
Yeah, I will absolutely buy one of those from you. Yeah, just message me on Discord.
I have no idea who you are.
I wonder how Insignia is going these days.
If you look at the profiles, right, bottom right,
I'll just add you.
Yeah, it's the one with the down periscope, avatar. Can't miss it.
So has anyone ever has anyone here been on Xbox since like the beginning and on live?
No.
I am very much a newcomer.
2006 actually.
Just a few games back in the day.
I completely missed the OG Xbox days, man. Like
OG Xbox I've only had for a year now.
I have my original profile.
Yeah, I know my cousin was on Halo 2. We get like 50 in a couple playlists, and I was like a little like fucking 7-year-old kid that was playing Halo 2.
Because I had Xbox Live as hard rock back in the day, but then I needed more DLC, so I actually got Halo Ringer, and I still have the account.
That's dope.
That was a pretty good one.
Yeah,
I played a lot of Xbox 360 with my friend at his house a long ass time ago, but I only got my own 360 a couple years ago, and then I got an Xbox One last year.
Did you guys play Alien Hominid?
I got that on my PS2.
I got the DLC recently from some guy in Germany, and it's out there now.
I only got my Xbox because people asked me to create mods for it, so I guess I would pay money to this one.
What even was the DLC? Because I never knew that game had DLC to begin with.
There's PDA games, like little mini missions where you're like a little stick figure killing other stick figures. And
was
there's
like the DLC exclusive to the Xbox?
I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you.
I got the regular just base game on the PS2.
Wait, so are we going to be allowed to use pre-existing live accounts on Insignia?
No.
No, you'll have to generate new
No,
ones.
they've explained this. You create a new one that they will post.
Right.
You can claim new usernames. You can claim old usernames, obviously, since
Who's
they're
getting
not.
Dark Master? Come on, who's getting Dark Master?
Oh, no, I
I think they already have.
I
I think they might already have that as a test account.
Yeah.
Nice.
How's Insignia coming these days?
I'll
Is it
get
about to
Dark
have a
Master
public beta
1.
yet?
No, they've still got a good amount of work to do, man.
Well,
Yeah, that's a lot.
okay,
I'm
how
gonna
much
try
did
and
I
get
tell
the Legend 27.
So they are working on. I don't know what's going on with the whole of Insignia, but I do know
They've got Unreal working. That's about it.
they've been. Let me put it this way: they've been
Yeah, I don't
requesting
think it's all
information about
working,
certain
too.
title updates from me to find out which games they can get title updates for and which regions they match up from. Because a title update from, let's say, North America may not match the European one or the Japanese one. So they've been bugging me. No, not necessarily PAL. Like there's NTSCJ as well as another region. So essentially, what it comes down to is the version code of the title update. Let's say there's 41 and 21. Well, those will work, but like 40 and 21 will not work. So they need to have the last digit has to be the same number, or they will not work together. It's really weird.
That is weird.
Well, Battlefront isn't region specific with its update. Either of the Battlefront games aren't region specific.
No, I think they are RF, yeah. But some games, like for example, Mech Assault 1 has an all-region title update, and there's a separate PAL title update that I don't have.
Wally, why?
Ask Microsoft.
No, why are Wally killing me? Wally, why?
I didn't mean to.
Murder.
Yeah, we won. We the best. Oh yeah.
Is there usually this many people on Battlefront 1?
No,
we haven't played Battlefront in a while.
It's just like this is like the Discord community that usually hops in voice chat.
Just play.
I'm new. I just got my Xbox today, so.
Yeah, this is the first time I've talked to
Perfect
anyone.
timing for you then.
I know, for real. I just picked up my modded Xbox. It's got like 2 terabytes of like all this preloaded shit on it.
Don't worry, I'm going to be trying to get people to play Battlefront more in the future, since I need to test something.
I'll be trying to
play,
get
but I can't get it to
Microsoft.
fucking work on my. I can't get it to fucking connect.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm going to be creating a. Well, I'm going to be porting something that I've got working on PC and PS2 multiplayer over to.
What exactly is that?
Oh.
What are you?
Can I post a video on the event January 02 channel without getting in trouble?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can post.
That we're good. Just bam.
This does not require mods.
It doesn't require mods?
As long as you can connect to the server, it works. Perfectly fine.
You may
I threw a
want to
picture of those
post it
adapters in the tech support channel.
Well, I can't connect to the server, so it's not gonna work.
Does Battlefront 2 have the bridge issue, or the Battlefront 1 does? Because some games like they have the Lynx has that bridge issue where you have like two people can't connect to each other, but if they connect to a third person, they can connect together and then play by themselves.
I've never seen that.
I'm not familiar with that.
Never heard of that.
So Lynx 2004, I know that was one game for sure had it, where like I had two buddies who messaged me saying, "Can you log on for 2 minutes?" And I'm like, "Why?" They're like, "Just
I'm
host
up
this
to
thing."
experience with the Xbox multiplayer. I'm hoping because the server side mod that I created to get that working, that works perfectly on PS2 and PC, where you literally just connect to me or a server I'm running, and it will basically it will allow you to play the historical campaign, but you can choose side rather than being locked to one side. So you get to play as
cool.
but you can play as the Royal Guards, the Gungans, the Wookiees. Basically, it's hunt mode, but cooler.
That's pretty cool.
Battlefront 1 or Battlefront 2?
Battlefront 1.
That's awesome.
I posted a video in event January 02, which had some gameplay. I think the only issue I've ever encountered was on PS2. It said the map was the map was missing, but it wasn't. But it works fine. I'm hoping it'll work on Xbox, but it'll take me a day or two to port it over.
So you said that doesn't require mods, but how would you be able to install it?
To host it, you will require mods, but to join it, you would not require mods. to join it, it's just a normal server.
Okay,
you'll get.
Yeah, so you wouldn't have to have a game on your Xbox?
You would need the game on your Xbox. That's all you need. If you can connect to another an XLink Kai session, it will work fine. As long as obviously the host is got it installed.
So weird question, but these turrets on the droid side, do they actually do anything? Because they don't seem to. They seem bugged for not actually having any effect at all.
They should have effects.
Well, like it makes the effect, but I have seen no damage to anything.
I think if I remember correctly, the only thing Pandemic fucked up on this map was the Geonosian Starfighter crosshair, which is in the incorrect position. It's in the position it's supposed to be on another platform, but not. They didn't properly align it for Xbox, which was kind of dumb. There's a big oopsie on their end.
Now, the only thing I don't like about Battlefront 1 is that it feels like, I don't know if it's really the way it is, but for the longest time, it's always felt like the friggin' blaster bolts move fucking so slow.
Yes.
Also, the camera's insanely fucking zoomed in.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting like fucking motion sick.
I feel like I'm throwing paper airplanes at them.
Yeah, the pistol blaster does move slow.
It could use a wider FOV.
Yeah.
Hashtag mods.
It's probably they probably did just to keep the frame rate stable.
Yeah.
No, it's nothing. I don't. They never
added Battlefront 1 on Steam. Like, it was so hard to go back to the Xbox version because the field of view was just so garbage.
Well, it's a function of the system. It's only so powerful, right? It can't render as much.
Yeah,
Battlefront 1 was developed specifically for
Battlefront.
Xbox. The field of view was a choice, which was
Battlefront 1 on the PC doesn't have this fucking. The blaster bolts don't move this fucking slow on the PC.
Yeah, I refuse to believe that it's a hardware issue. Dude, the Xbox was so powerful for its time. Like, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Battlefront 1. I have
it
spent
kicked
many months researching these games. The field of view, the one we get on Xbox is the one it's intended to be. PC is just further out because it's an option. I don't
I'm
know
assuming the bullets travel faster because of the higher frame rate.
Tick rate.
Oh, tick rate, yeah.
Keep in mind that
that's annoying.
The FOV was the choice, but then what they decided to do for the game, then they decided on the graphic fidelity after that. They could choose dumb it down and dumb down the graphics and make it look, or give you a wider angle, or give you a shit, field of view and pump the graphics up a little bit.
This field of view was actually labeled in the design document, despite the fact the earliest image we have, which is from 2003, shows the game with a wider field of view.
Well, because they're not developing on Xboxes necessarily.
They are. They were.
They specifically
on actual.
Really? We have earlier this year alpha from March 2004 leaked, which was on Xbox, but it used all the PlayStation 2 user interface.
Wow,
that's pretty funny.
You guys are actually discussing.
That's awesome.
I love it, dude. In Insignia, I'm just like,
where do you find
not
this
discuss
stuff?
anything, bro.
Could you leak me the CDX source code? That'd be great. It'd be really fucking great.
We don't.
I think the earliest fucking Battlefront shit I've played is from the Jam Pack fucking thing on the PS2.
Oh, the Jam Pack demo. Yeah.
Oh man, dude.
That is.
Brought
It
back
looks
many
so
memories.
fucking strange. It's hilarious.
Have you ever tried Battlefront 2 from the Xbox demo disc?
Yes.
That's how I played
Which
Def
demo
Jam
disc?
Piper New York.
You wanna know a fun fact?
Xbox
Battlefront
official
1.
demo disc
Wait,
for
there's
Battlefront 2.
Yeah. The green command post and the fact they locked it to basically play like campaign because they hadn't actually finished a lot of features at that time.
Is he talking about OXM or is there another disc we're talking about?
OXM.
It's OXM 50. I think I have that.
Yeah, it's like Battlefront 2's on the cover of it.
I did have a demo of, I can't remember if it was 1 or 2, and it was in
Anyone
like
here ever played
a
Psyops?
film.
The episode 3 backup disc 2, which came with a demo for Battlefront 2.
Yeah, isn't that the same demo?
No, it's a different demo. The OSM demo was from an earlier stage the one that PlayStation 2 got was a multiplayer-only demo, which was actually close to the final game. And then PC, the PC just got the final game.
I heard you're on Geonosis.
Fun fact, Battlefront 1's command posts were originally blue. They then changed it to green, and then changed it back to blue for Battlefront 2 quite late into development.
Yeah.
They really
any of you guys in PAL regions, do any of you have OXM discs?
I don't. I just have, obviously, access to archives of Battlefront shit.
I've been looking for anybody in the PAL regions. Like, I know one guy's got a few. I think it's Noel has a bunch, but he hasn't actually dumped them for me.
I've never seen an Xbox demo disc. I have a massive collection of PS2 demo discs, but not.
I had one that had Voodoo.
There was an OXM
that had Voodoo Vince on it. That shit was dope.
If you ever go to America, you would love like Goodwills because I always see OXMs and stuff.
I'm from Canada, man. Like we actually had better OXMs in Canada than the US because we have like these big plastic jewel cases where you guys just had a little sleeve.
We actually had I have a Rainbow Six one in the paper sleeve, and then I think like 6 of them, but like in the really thin plastic DVD cases.
And they're like a nice soft plastic that never wears out.
Yeah.
And that's all we ever had in Canada was like the nice ones. The Conquest Rockford is like that. It looks great. There's some beautiful art across that.
I think the strangest thing I ever experienced on the original Xbox was a fucking Burger King game.
Yeah. Wasn't that 360 or was that all Xbox too?
It worked on both.
There was actually 2 different games on the same
it was 2 different games. Like I always thought it was running in backwards compatibility mode, but it wasn't.
I remember Amy was talking about those, and I'm like, who gives a fuck?
I remember the only reason it's worthwhile is because it's 2 different games on one disc. It's the only reason it's important.
Here we go. I'm going to throw it in the tech support channel. I found a picture of the OXMs you'd have here in Canada.
Oh, hello.
I remember going
that's
to
the one we also had in America.
Like we had that getting an Xbox game. I'm like, what the hell is this? Why are you getting this?
I think Letterkenny is the best thing that can ever come out of Canada. You can fuck off and fucking make this here.
I don't know. You're playing on Kai right now, and guess who hosts Kai? Ooh, a Canadian.
I will absolutely take fucking Letterkenny over this. I'm sorry.
Oh shit.
Letterkenny is pretty
connection issue.
Yeah, I got one too.
My game crashed.
I was blasting
I'm down.
Stormtrooper, and now it's all over.
Connection lost.
Yep.
Mech Assault, anyone?
I'll play Mech Assault.
Best.
I actually just updated it. I've never really played it before, but I updated it and I'm ready.
Yeah, Mech
the only
Assault 1,
game
right?
I've ever got to fucking work on X-Link is Halo 2.
Dude, I was playing with the sweatiest Latin Americans today.
Dude, okay, so I've been playing that shit for a while, and there's always this guy on there. There's always this guy in there, his name's Predeterminado.
Yes!
He's at the top of the fucking leaderboard every single time.
That's the dude. Fucking just
These guys are such sweats, dude. Oh my god, I swear that's
my
all
friend
they
and I, like, we're...
Project Cartographer, they're fucking horrible. They're fucking horrible on Project Cartographer, and on fucking... On Xbox or Kinect or XLink Kai, I mean, they're fucking the sweatiest fucks. I don't understand.
Yeah, I was playing it the other day, and like they were playing Slayer or whatever, and by the end of it, some guy had like 80-something kills. I'm like, dude, how the fuck are you doing this? What the hell are you doing? Are you using a aimbot or something?
I got sick of playing Halo 2 on X-Link because like all they ever do is play like swords and shields or like hardcore BR Slayer on Lockout. It's like, dude, where's the variety?
It's like the same game. It's the same game.
I bought the fucking multiplayer map pack disc for a reason to host a different map.
Lockout 16-player FFA where you get spawn killed all the time.
Shoddy snipers where
King of the Hill
there's the lag so fucking bad that like you just die before you fucking shoot them.
Yeah. And, like on a good day you get like the pinnacle, but like besides that it's always Lockout.
You have Mech Assault up already, right?
Yeah, I'm getting into it right now. Hang on, my bad. I have to fucking restart my mod menu thing or the fucking
What do you mean started.
Origin.
I just got a fucking
it
Return
starts
to
like,
Castle
right click
Wolfenstein
and
for
left
the.
click and just go back. What?
Oh,
You guys
is
got
that actually
Hagler?
is that actually how you do it?
Yeah, you just hit them all
Or
at
do it
once and it goes
for-
back to the main menu. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, it does. Look at that. Holy shit! I was turning mine off like an asshole.
Bruh, you are welcome. That's gonna change your life right there.
That's a fucking life hack, isn't it?
Wait, what is it?
On the modded Xbox, if you hit start select left and right, it'll actually take you back to the fucking menu.
Start select. Most comps like soft mods, it's back in black.
That's the
Oh,
most,
I've never had a soft mod before.
That's the
why.
most annoying fucking thing I have to deal with my modded PS2.
Is what the fucking.
Yeah. If I'm playing like emulator shit and I want to fucking go back and play a game, I have to get up off my ass and reset the fucking console.
Yeah, but what's
Dude, this is the best. This is literally the best purchase I've ever made. There's so many fucking games on this shit. It's literally like 2 terabytes.
There's fucking no good emulators on the PS2 though, which sucks.
That's because the PS2 is so weak.
Yeah, between those 3 of the consoles, it was by far the weakest.
I found a Game Boy Advance emulator that wasn't even written for the PS2. It was fucking pulled from the PS2.
Keep in mind that all the emulators for Xbox weren't made for Xbox. Well, not all, but most of them were made for PC and they were just ported over. That's what they're called, export.
Yeah.
Fucking x86, man.
They fucking built this thing like just a regular old computer, dude. Honestly.
Not exactly, but it was made for DirectX.
If it was a computer, there would be emulators for the console that actually worked.
Oh yeah, because
that's a very stripped down with 2K code from what I remember.
The issue with emulators is obviously the SDK builds. There's a different. They've basically Microsoft somehow made it so every single different iteration of the Xbox SDK, anything produced with it just won't work. And since the emulators were developed with the early versions, any game released past basically like 2001 just don't work.
Wow.
And they're having to go through and like make every individual game compatible.
All right, I got Mecha sold up.
Oh, you just got it up? Right.
Yeah, girls. Great games, but I think I'm out tonight. So thanks for
Alright, I'll see you, man.
It was fun, man. See ya.
Yeah, it was fun.
GG, guys.
So I'm gonna go grab another beer while this room fills up.
Oh, what are you drinking?
Corona.
Oh, dude.
Coronavirus. What's up?
Oh man, I got 63 kills that match.
What a champion.
I'm playing against bots. It doesn't mean anything.
It means enough. Don't worry.
You just strafe left and right while shooting at them, and they can't fucking kill you.
And back in the day, you gotta fire up Perfect Dark with like medium sims and then shotguns or whatever, and just like you just go ham and kill like 400 sims.
Even the bots do it. Even the bots do that damn freaking roll thing. I've watched one do it.
Yeah. When you're trying to snipe them, like you'll aim at them, and it's the millisecond after you shoot, they'll roll off to the side.
Oh no! I have a video of actual pain and suffering.
I'm
right. I'm gonna post it in event chat again because it's relevant to the event conversation. So, basically, I was testing this custom map on Xbox, and it's a snipers only game mode.
Oh no!
I'm not very good at sniping, but the bots on this map are automatically set to hard. There's no way to change it.
Oh.
They're quite intelligent, and it was very painful to fight them.
This game really needs team deathmatch. I don't remember if I had that or not.
It doesn't have.
What, Battlefront?
Mechfront?
Or Mech Assault?
Yeah.
I mean, Battlefront didn't have it. I mean, it was supposed to, but Battlefront 2 was supposed to, but they cut it. They cut it, but reused the script for it for Hero Assault.
Have you played around with the beta or the dev copy of Battlefront 3?
Yes, I have.
Man,
I'm actually part of the archival project.
I got it working on 360, but every time I loaded it, after I shut the console down, after loading it, like loading up that demo, I would have to reflash the NAND for it to work again. It would corrupt the NAND every time I booted.
Very unstable. It is actually emulated. You can emulate it on Zinnia, but they refuse to fucking support it, so the textures just don't work properly.
Well, I mean, it's not like it's complete or anything anyway.
Well, we developed a patch for it that makes it a bit more playable. It fixes some AI bugs and makes the entire game much more playable, as in you can actually select stuff and it won't instantly crash.
You still have to use either a dev unit or like a modified dev type NAND to make it work,
still,
though, right?
You would still need an XDK or a JTAG, yeah.
Well, no, I have an RGH and a JTAG, but I had to run a custom NAND to get that game working at all. It was like the dev NAND or some shit like that. It was like 10 years ago or 8 years ago. I can't remember exactly what it was. Whenever that came out is when I tried it.
Sadly.
It would have been 5 years ago publicly. 2012 it leaked online privately.
Most like it would be public because I wasn't in the 360 scene at the time.
Yeah, it leaked quietly in 2012 because that's how.
Alright, I am back.
Top Online got hold of it. No, I know excessive amounts of stuff about the cancelled Battlefront 3. I've spent 4 years researching it, sadly. I have actual game files for it. It's ridiculous.
Hey, but it's okay, guys. It got canceled, but they used everything in fucking Star Wars.
It wasn't Star Wars. It was. That's actually a lie. Basically, there was some guy on Bespin who was bullshitting that he extracted Battlefront 3 assets because he wanted Ethernet cred. However, coincidentally, sorry, what?
Sorry, do you have information on Galaxy and Trauma? Because I remember like that was like in development.
It went to. When it was a Star Wars game, it was a joke because no one who was working on it knew how to make the game. It was literally just Unreal Asset. It was an Unreal Asset flip. Once it actually became an independent title, they spent 4 years not developing it, released it last year to basically broken and negative feedback, and they've since just quit the project.
What is that you're talking about right now?
Galaxy and Terminal.
Wait, so what about what were you saying before?
No, I know excessive amounts of stuff from Free Radicals, Battlefront 3. But
I mean,
basically,
like what I said. You said the guy. Was
the asset. Yeah, basically, he wanted clout, internet cred, for finding Battlefront 3 models, which he didn't actually intend to do. He was just ripping stuff from Kinect and Force Unleashed and posting it online, claiming it was Battlefront 3.
I see.
Which he did in 2015. There was no basis. Obviously, the actual Battlefront 3 then went public in 2016 on Reddit. People then began ripping into that and quickly realized that he was lying, essentially, because most of what he posted was not actually wasn't actually from Battlefront 3. However, coincidentally, there were a few things he did actually get right because they did reuse the assets in pretty much every major Star Wars title after it was cancelled. It was reused in Force Unleashed 2, Kinect, and even some of the mobile games coming out in recent years have used assets from it. But the thing is, what he was claiming to be from Battlefront 3 wasn't actually from Battlefront 3. I think the only thing he got correct was one of the Rebel Troopers and the A-Wing from Force Unleashed 2, and everything else he got wrong.
Does anyone else feel stupid having watched The Mandalorian now, realizing that Temuera Morrison was the narrator for Battlefront 2?
Have you only just noticed?
I haven't watched it.
I played the shit out of Battlefront 2, and I didn't because I didn't really care for episode 2, 3, or whatever, right? So I didn't really pay attention to it. So I didn't recognize his voice from there. I recognize it now right away. So I know that voice.
It kind of annoyed me that they didn't use Temuera Morrison for all of the voiceover. Like in Battlefront 1, he's the announcer, but he's not the announcer for Battlefront 2, and it really upsets me.
So who am I fighting right now? Because holy shit, this is crazy.
That's me.
Bro, you're an animal.
Like fucking I don't know. Like
I'm a huge Battlefront nerd. There's literally nothing about the series I don't know, unless apart from EA games, I ignored them. They don't exist to me.
It's the whole thing of like, EA, Witcher's a great game.
You mean you don't like loot boxes?
It took you 2 full fucking games to put goddamn command post.
They just patched all that stuff out though, to be fair.
Yeah, but it should have never been there.
PC. I just haven't played it.
To be honest, the enemy of Battlefront has always been the publisher. EA were responsible for the fuck up that was DICE's game, and then LucasArts were the reason we never got a third game because we came close. We came close 3 times.
Done?
No, it was basically the build that leaked was from early 2008. The game was cancelled at the end of 2009, I believe, if I remember correctly, off the top of my head. In the last few months, LucasArts were refusing to basically acknowledge the project, so they basically were quickly scrambling to get the game complete. It was mostly finished. The only thing left was basically bug fixes and obviously replacing everything with like the actual voice lines and stuff. Apart from that, the game was pretty much finished. LucasArts just obviously didn't want to publish it for no reason. Then there was the PSP version of the game made by Rebellion.
Yeah,
Elite Squadron.
It was fun, but it was a really shitty game.
No,
I love Battlefront 2 on PSP.
There was a PS2 version of Elite Squadron that was actually finished, never released because LucasArts didn't want to publish it.
I never knew that, actually. Shit.
Rebellion, then, after Free Radical, they tried to buy Free Radical to continue Battlefront 3, but Crytek offered more money, so Crytek bought Free Radical. So Rebellion then made an Xbox 360 version of Elite Squadron that they were trying to pitch as Battlefront 3, which LucasArts then rejected.
Hey, do you want to back out and actually pick these 2 guys up that are sitting in the land lobby? Alright.
Keep in mind that, like, you can like a shit game.
Yeah,
a game can be shit and you can still like it. You know, there's nothing wrong with
I love all the classic Battlefront games. But I find it really stupid that LucasArts, first off, just basically stopped talking to Free Radical, which basically led Free Radical to go bankrupt. Then a company that was working with Free Radical tried to save them, and then pitched the exact same game to LucasArts, and LucasArts was still like, no.
Have you guys played the DS version of Mech Assault?
No.
I want
it was a DS version.
It was an absolutely shit game, but like it was still fun in some ways.
I've actually played that.
I beat the whole game.
That's
like
I
was so obsessed with Mech Assault. Yeah.
Yeah, the Mech Assault DS game.
The biggest problem they
why
had
aren't
was
they making another one?
Oh, I found
it. Piranha has the license right now.
Oh, that's
Everything
right.
Mech
Piranha
Warrior,
does have the
basically.
license.
And they're
I forgot.
shitty. I used to play Mech Warrior Online. I can tell you they're a shit company.
Isn't Mech Assault part of the Mech Warrior universe?
Yes. Yeah. And Piranha Games has the license right now.
They need to not have the license.
Yeah, I think everybody who's ever played the game agrees with you on that. I play hardcore, play Mech Warrior online, and it was fun back in closed beta. Then they just kept patching it to death.
I still try to go back and play it just because it's like, if I can't find a game in Mech Assault, I'll literally just go play fucking Mech Warrior. I'll hate life, but I'll still play it just because I like the IP.
Yeah. I got Mech. Okay, a buddy of mine promised he'd wait until Mech Warrior 5 came out on Steam to play with me. Then he went and bought it on Epic Game Store. I'm like, that's it. I'm never playing it now. Fuck it. It's not worth it. That being said, from what I hear, it is a shit game anyway. Like really, really bad.
It's just like the AI is so awful too. That's the other thing.
Apparently, the back end is so broken that even the modders are like, yeah, we can't fix this. We're done.
Yeah. What's the in-game mech that's like super insanely cool? The one that you get at the end of the game that's like fucking OP. That was the lava gun.
Ragnarok.
Is Ragnarok?
Mech Assault 2?
Is that like
no,
the big
Mech Assault
Iron Man looking one?
Yeah,
Got,
essentially.
Like, the giant lava gun on the shoulder.
Cool.
Yeah, I love him. He's fucking awesome. I thought he was in this game. Or am I retarded? Yeah.
Mech Assault 2.
No, or maybe for multiplayer, actually. It's probably Mech Assault 2.
It was Mech Assault 1. Because Mech Assault 1 had like the better like horde mode or whatever you want to call it. The survival mode.
Yeah. Mech Assault 1 had the, yeah, Mech Assault 1, they fucking Ragnarok was in it, but he was only in it at the end of the game. He was like in the last mission.
150-ton mech.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah. I was trying to say earlier, but did you guys see that the PS5 has a working WebKit exploit now?
I did not.
Wait, what?
That was quick.
What's that about?
Right,
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What does
We're
that
basically
do?
just waiting on Homebrew, boys.
Oh, they already
gave up
hacked
trying.
it?
Xbox
Might as well-
gave up trying to fight Homebrew and just like, here, we're just gonna give you an option to Homebrew.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even then you
Here's
can't
dev
run the-
mode.
Like, they give you dev mode, but you can't run their games on it, so it's like kind of working.
No. But you can play PS2 games on it.
Oh no! Isn't there a sign?
I'd buy one
Isn't that a
just
problem? I know people are trying to get. I think someone's trying to get an Xbox 360 emulator working on it, and I'm just like, that's a bit ambitious.
Yeah.
Dude,
Fucking
I saw
power
that
PC?
guy
No
trying to
thanks.
hack the Xbox
Yeah.
One is trying to like fucking CNC machine the CPU or some crazy shit just to make that thing function.
Get out of here, Wally.
Damn
Yeah, you guys ever played Knights of the Temple?
No, what's that?
No.
Tell me of it.
It's
Why am I hearing
I
it?
think
Why am I hearing
it
it?
was one of the released in like PAL regions. It is, I think, the only Xbox game that launched with an NFO on the disc. The developer wrote their own NFO file and like gave it with the included it with the disc. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Some people messaged me and they said, "Hey, like there's an NFO on this, like this scene release is, or this this archive copy is a scene release." And I looked at it, I'm like, "No, I've got to retail this disc. It's an actual like Starbreeze included an NFO on the disc. It's pretty fucked up."
Is everybody on Battlefront?
Some people are. Some people play Mechasol.
Yeah, there's a good amount of people on Battlefront still.
Yeah, let's just
Yeah,
go back
I'm
to
on
Battlefront.
Battlefront.
I'm about to say we go back to Battlefront 2 because these other two guys just aren't joining.
Yeah. Just do
Alright, fuck it. We tried. I don't want to sit there and just like slap you fucking all day.
Yeah, dude,
Because
I was
it's
getting
like,
wrecked. Well,
that's like kind of rude.
Oh, I
When
love
I play Mech Assault.
Well, in fairness,
I'm
right?
not
I don't know
good.
what the fucking good mechs are. Eh? That
Yeah,
shit's not
I'm
sure.
clueless on it too.
Yeah, you just keep switching weapons. You equip the weapon for the scenario, and then it's like, okay, long range, LRMs, fucking short range, machine
Well,
gun.
when I tried switching weapon, the other weapon didn't fire for some ungodly reason, and that
Oh,
was
what the fuck? You could have had LRMs. Those take forever to fucking recharge. All right, I'm getting back on Battlefront 1. 1 second. Oh shit, never mind.
About
It's a button
Battlefront
combo.
gameplay. It's very impressive that this started as an RTS game. It was an RTS game
really?
engine. It was an RTS game engine. That's what they're using to power this game.
Dude, what the fuck happened to Pandemic? I hate that they fucking got disbanded.
They ran out of They ran out of money working on the Dark Knight video game. EA bought them. What more do you need to be told?
EA bought.
That's
You
all
mean
that needs to be said.
They didn't buy them, they killed them.
It's
Buy
really
them
Buys
behind the
things to
scenes.
kill it.
Yeah.
So it seems.
Just the truth.
Whether intentional
They
or
didn't
not,
just
that's their
buy
track
it.
record.
Because EA hates freedom.
Dude, I love how Bank of America, right, disenfranchised people. Like basically just gave people more votes because of their race, right? But people still that year voted EA worse because they're that bad. That's how EA works.
And you know what they do? They don't even care. They just continue doing what they're doing.
Oh no, but genuinely they like to our suffering is experiment to them. They genuinely don't give a shit. They don't. They know everything will piss them off.
That's all
I
that matters.
I heard some guy from EA saying that if they could have implemented you having to give them money for more bullets for your gun in the fucking Battlefield, they would have done it.
Oh yeah.
They have stated that they don't want to make Star Wars games because they think they're going to make more money on their own titles.
Yeah. Okay.
They then proceeded to cancel every Star Wars project they had.
If you keep making games like Battlefield 5, you're not going to be making shit.
The ads in I can't remember which game it was where they had in-game ads.
Oh
on like
god.
a $60 game. That was an experiment.
If I'm playing, I was like, if I saw that shit while I was playing a game, I'd smash my fucking controllers.
We've captured a command post. We've lost a command
I just want to apologize for whoever I just accidentally grenaded.
I think I've killed like 10 of my team in this
I
match.
accidentally hit the left trigger and I couldn't stop it, bro. I have -1 kills right now. Winning. Hashtag winning.
But it's like... It's...
Oh god, here comes a loud TV again. 1 sec.
It's so stupid. EA is by far like the worst publisher in the industry.
Aha, I gotcha.
It's funny because how they started was, you know, at first they were actually really cool.
They were really good at early on, but now they're the worst.
And they were like, maximize profits, and it's all over now.
Beep boop, maximize profits.
They're like Walmart. They're like Walmart.
Like, at least Epic Games will fuck you over by giving you a load of money first, and then messing you up forever.
Yeah, man, I really wish they finished Unreal Tournament, but they never will.
No, they're going to continue to buy up, like, successful
Fortnite.
indie games, and then just take their soul.
Who do I hate more, EA or fucking Konami?
I definitely hate. Konami did fun. Well, I mean, I think EA has committed. I don't know. They're both equally pretty shit, but I feel like
this is like
EA
the
is.
thing now. What is with all of the Japanese like big publishers? Because Konami's gone to shit. Atari is abysmal. Nintendo are just killing their fan base.
Yeah.
With Sony, which are cocking over absolutely everyone possible.
Yeah, like when people are complaining about the Joy-Con drift, they're like, "That's not real.
Okay.
What are you talking about? That's not real. We're not."
Like they said they released like a software update to fix a hardware failure. Like what the fuck?
Sony are massive. Like they fucked No Man's Sky by making them release. They weren't allowing them to delay further and made them release much earlier than they wanted. You then have CD Projekt Red, which Sony wanted them to release their game as a launch title. CD were like, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. Cyberpunk is way too unstable. Sony were like, yeah, no, you're going to release it within the next 3 months. So they released it.
I like Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk is very unstable and buggy, and then because
I beat it just the way it is.
On console,
console,
and because it's bricking PS5,
great.
Actually, if you're playing on gen, you can get somewhat of a good experience.
They were then bricking it on PS5, and because the game was just destroying their new console, Sony were like, we're going to take it off the store.
Yep.
See, this is why I'm sticking the shit like original Xbox and PC. So.
Oh, because those games had to work mainly on release. There were barely any patches back then.
Exactly. And they're better. They have more soul than new games.
Basically like paying for game demos nowadays. Too many people
seem
fine with it.
And then nowadays I'm just like losing interest in a game shortly after I buy it. Like,
yeah.
And then you're still playing shit like Battlefront 1 to this day.
Exactly.
Exactly.
There is no life in the modern game industry. It's just dead at this point.
It doesn't feel like we're gonna head to another fucking gaming crash. Like, does it not feel
Yeah,
like
we
that
are.
to you guys?
It feels like that because everything's becoming battle royale rip-offs and so many shit games.
No. It's not going to be a massive game crash. It's going to instead be a revolution where basically all games suddenly become free because the consumer just won't pay for it.
No.
Yeah,
and they'll
I
be
see that.
games as a service.
Man, I can't
Yeah,
wait to
it's
pay
bad.
$5 for
enough
this
to buy EA
podcast.
games.
It's definitely gonna take off, but like a game crash would not be feasible just because there's already a lot of casual people and even younger generation of children growing up in this type of gaming culture. So they
Yeah,
just
this is
won't
what
even
they're used to.
comprehend what they're
I
talking
don't
about.
think you understand what I mean by game crash. I don't mean like the Atari game crash, because no crash is the same, right?
E.T. phone home.
But what I mean is that as a crash,
Pac-Man.
right? We're just gonna see the end of
Yeah.
fucking games that like this, where you can tell there's heart and soul put into it, where like you can replay it for years, and it's just gonna be all made to be quickly consumed.
Well, no, there will always be games that will have heart and soul put into them and like
Indie
released
game.
in a final state. But it's going to be handled by companies like Valve, which will take 10 years to release a 20-minute game.
Or indie companies.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah,
God,
really, the only
I love Valve, but I really hate how long it takes them to do anything.
Valve time.
And they can't count to 3.
Gabe is too busy
Oh, no, they-
banging tie hookers right now.
Gabe,
They can
Gabe wasted
Valve can
all
count
the
to
game
Alex, and
budget.
that's it.
Gabe wasted all the game budget on snacks. Give him a break.
Yeah, you buy Gaben's donut shop for him. Like, fucking god.
Half-Life 3. Yeah, we gave up on
Half-Life
that.
3. Did you say donuts 3? Like, fuck that. Like, that shit's fucking cancer.
No. You say Half-Life 3. He goes, what number?
Donut.
Oh, you mean
What number?
artifact? You mean artifact?
3? That's a number? No, it's not. That's not a number.
We gotta
It
release
goes 1, 2,
donuts.
and 4. No. It goes 1, 2, episode 1, episode 2, 4.
Wow. Also, there needs to be more games with bot support because Jesus Christ, bots just like
These games.
Like,
are
dude, if Mech Assault had bot support and you could turn on like insane bot, well, I think it does have bot support, but not to like the extent. It just has that survival
I always
mode.
found it stupid that Counter-Strike Xbox has bots, but neither Counter-Strike Condition 0 or 1.6 have bots.
None of them. On PC.
Despite Condition 0 running off the same like branch as the Xbox
Condition
version.
0 came out so fucking close there, Counter-Strike, so I don't see why they couldn't have just put bots in them.
Yeah, I mean, I look back at like any of my PS4, Xbox One, and even like 360 and PS3 games. It's just like, yeah, all these are just like coasters after servers are shut down, or if I don't have like Xbox Live.
Yeah.
But like, you know,
Xbox Live shutting down was by far the stupidest thing Microsoft have ever done. Because then a few years later, they're like, oh yes, we're going to do backwards compatibility. And I'm like, what's the point when the biggest thing the Xbox had was multiplayer, and that no longer works? You're basically selling...
Dude, they could have banked. They could have banked on older titles by selling them on the new Xbox.
Yeah.
Like,
with
the
functional
originals.
multiplayer.
Yeah.
They can bring it back. They just.
I will buy 5.
Because a lot of games aren't supported on 360.
Yeah, Simpsons Hit and Run is worth buying 5 times to me. I will absolutely fucking do it.
I love that game.
Because backwards compatibility is something Sony is allergic to. They do have it, but they won't do it for any multiplayer titles because the multiplayer obviously won't work because they can't be asked to patch their games with the Ocean Spy. And they're not going to host their own because EA obviously will just come out of the fucking bushes and shank them because they owned GameSpy.
Well, I remember when the first fat PS3 they had backwards compatibility with the PS2, and then they changed that and took it away.
You have Nintendo who just hate their old games. Nintendo.
Hey, don't pirate my game, but I won't let you ever play it ever again.
We're not going to let you play it. We're not going to let you have online service, and you're not allowed to pirate them.
But then they have to pirate it for like the SNES and the NES because they don't have the ROMs.
Well, once we make our new console, we're not gonna let you buy it again. So, just don't pirate it, okay?
Oh, you wanted to play Super Mario 64 in widescreen? Nah, we can't do that.
You want to play Pokemon Pearl again? Well, we're not giving it to you.
You wanted extendable storage on launch? You stupid bitch. You think we're gonna let you have more storage on launch?
Especially when games are 250 fucking gigabytes like Modern Warfare is.
Enjoy your 800 hard drive.
It's a quarter of your hard drive right there.
Yeah, like literally, like you install that game and that game that's all you can get. Like,
I have more games on my fucking 360 hard drive than I do on my Xbox One.
Oh shit, I got fucking 2 terabytes in this bitch that I just picked up today.
My boy.
I got a terabyte on my Xbox.
That's
One.
more storage than my One X has.
Yeah, that's more storage than my PS5 has.
I have a 5 terabyte drive in my PC, and that's just about it.
You know, my favorite thing about Microsoft is they think that
about like the PS5 storage, man. 825 is such a weird ass number.
It's because of how it formats itself.
Yeah.
Turn on.
The file system.
You know what's my favorite feature about the new consoles? Is that
What?
they're inflating the price so much to support like 4K and 8K resolutions when most households do not possess a 4K TV yet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't have
still
one.
looking at
I got one for $300.
I have one,
for
but I
reason.
can't. I have one, but I've never really experienced it to its full potential.
I have one, but it's not in my room. It's my fucking living
I have a
room.
4K monitor for my computer, but I don't want to use a fucking home console on it. or I would just use my computer.
Yeah.
I will give it one thing. I will say one thing about it. If anyone has a PS5, Demon Souls looks amazing in 4K, and that's it.
I will give it to Microsoft. They did create a cheap version of their console that doesn't support 8K. Congratulations, Microsoft. You made a smart business decision for once.
Does it even support 4K game output?
Dude,
I mean, it supports 1440p. It's just about.
I have the ISO.
Yeah, the Series S is probably the smartest thing Microsoft have ever done towards their consoles because they always have.
I want to put discs in. I don't want to fucking buy them and then have them.
Yeah, but
that is true.
It doesn't have 120. Like it's only 60, right? Even if it does go to 1440p, it doesn't go 120.
Most of TVs are 60 hertz anyways. That's the fucking weird part.
Yeah.
That is true, but a lot are.
It's basically just an excuse to inflate the price of the console. Because look at the PS4, whatever the fuck the 4K variant was called, and the Xbox One X. Look at how much money was added onto the price compared to the original version.
Yeah, the Pro.
The Pro versus the stock PS4. Just look at
200.
They doubled the price just for
fucking
4K. They doubled the price just for 4K, and now you have these new consoles which are basically look, we have ray tracing and 4K support, and we doubled the.
Can't even do it anyway. PS4 Pro. Have you seen the resolution in Cyberpunk? I mean, I get it. It's Cyberpunk, but still.
It's what, 9? It's 540p.
It's 960p.
No,
960.
On base hardware, I think the Cyberpunk is 720 to 900p.
It was lower than that. It was 640, I think.
Oh, by the way,
I remember seeing a video on it.
Man, imagine looking
One
at
X
that.
is the only one that can run it at 1080.
I got
switch ports.
I got a 60-inch TV in my living room. Can you imagine how shit that would look on it? 640p on that?
Right, so my favorite thing about Microsoft is they've kind of actually done something I'm impressed because usually they're known for posting a overpowered and expensive console for the generation. And here they are giving you an underpowered and affordable console of this generation. Which has actually impressed me because that's something they've never actually done. They unintentionally did it with the Xbox 360 because Sony fucked the PS3 by making it overpriced.
Was it $500 or some shit?
It was 600, I think.
Basically, what happened?
$599.
The story behind the PS3 is they ordered a load of parts from a company. Then Microsoft ordered a load of parts from the same company. That company had a part shortage. So they were just you know what, let's just give them to both companies. They'll just have the same parts. Sony were like, no, we're not sharing our parts with the disgusting Xbox. We're going to go find another manufacturer. So they then decided to one-up the Xbox 360 in every department possible. So they had 2 processors, which made development on the console a living nightmare. They fitted a Blu-ray player years before Blu-ray was even standard, meaning their console was just inflated in price immediately.
Oh, and they
still somehow outsold the Xbox 360.
And they stuffed the PS2 inside of it.
Yeah.
They did. Oh, they did. There were certain versions that didn't actually have that PS2 support either. I remember that.
Original facts. 60 gig original
I still find it hilarious that they somehow fucked the PS3 so badly, but still somehow outsold the 360.
Yeah, but they only outsold the 360 in 2012. Most of the generation.
It took them years to go through, but yeah, they did eventually outsell them. But the thing is the PS3 also relied heavily. The later models, especially, relied heavily on HDMI support. Which, to be fair, HDMI didn't even become a standard until.
It was all component. It was the blue, red, green component.
Component needs survived.
You can output that. You can output it in composite too, which I thought was.
Or composite is what I meant. Composite.
The only way to play is with an AverMedia Live Gamer Portable.
But it's.
That's how you do it.
But there's an option inside the PS3 when you're going through all the settings. When you're playing through composite, there's a setting that diminishes the rainbow banding effect.
Got a mini Kamino.
I honestly do find it stupid that the new consoles are going to like extreme resolutions when 1080p is still the standard.
Yeah.
But let's be fair. You can get a lot of cheap gaming monitors for 2560, and they're like, and certain consoles supported those.
If you're playing a home console on a PC monitor, that defeats the entire point of the home console.
Not at all. I have a 32-inch monitor. I game on that.
I got like a 20...
I just use my PC because that's what my PC is for.
I got like a 27-inch fucking monitor. I got a yard sale for fucking $20.
When I play home consoles, I think, you know, I want to play like split screen and stuff, so I'll play it on a TV, even though most games don't support
the majority of people will play a home console on a big ass TV. That's like usually the purpose for it, but there are occurrences that will use monitor for like high performance and shit.
Keep in mind that they
if
also
you're
added
using a
FreeSync
console for high performance gaming, what the fuck is wrong with you?
No, they added FreeSync to the new
that's
consoles for that reason too, because people are using their monitor as part of their gaming setup.
Yeah, that's actually a thing. Like, they're like, oh, I just ran out of displays. Oops. Like, and then it's like, fucking put it to their... I actually have a friend that does that shit. I think I'm just like, dude, like, why? Just use your computer that you have like a 2060 in.
Then just do what they did with the fucking Xbox One X and PS4 Pro. Release, like, a ridiculously expensive version specifically for that purpose. Rather than adding the price of, like, 4K and 8K support onto your console.
The 4K and 8K support that you're not even fucking using in the first place. Also, this is very pet peevey, but yeah, I'm assuming that a lot of you guys had 360s.
Yeah.
Don't you guys kind of hate it when like you guys probably loved party chat, but I didn't like it because I feel like it just killed the social aspect in every single game when it came out. I didn't like party chat.
I preferred it because there was no squeakers. I didn't have to listen to a single dipshit 12-year-old.
Oh yeah, you have a fair point in that one.
I only use party chat when we really didn't want to talk to the lobby, which is quite often because
there's a lot of degenerates.
I didn't bother actually speaking on Xbox that much until like the end of the generation where it was literally just children. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, they kind of overcooked it.
I remember I got match made into an American Call of Duty lobby.
Hey, Ranger, get in, bro.
They heard my British accent and within 2 seconds they're like, "Are you Dan TDM?" I was like, "I'm gonna kill myself leaving this lobby."
Are you Dan TDM?
Damn, you would have hated me back.
People forget that the original Xbox was pretty bad too. Like I, having played it, having been on the original Xbox Live in 2006, 2005.
Yeah, it was
pretty fucking awful.
Especially in Halo 2.
Oh god, Halo 2 is the most toxic, and like the worst part of it, or the funniest part about it is the fact that you would talk on Halo 2 and there's like the mic quality was just so dog shit, where it was like you were like and they'd be like talking shit at you with like these like fucking 2 kilobyte sounds.
Can we all accept
because they never updated the codec here? Yeah.
Can we all accept that the best social experience offered by game consoles was Nintendo's Miiverse?
No, fuck that. I hope it was facetious, because that was...
Does anyone remember PlayStation Home?
Yeah, dude.
Dude.
SOCOM Confrontation.
Yes!
Dude, SOCOM on PSP was what I played all the time.
Fireteam Bravo 2.
Oh, yeah.
PSP was an amazing console,
Dude,
except for the massive design
for that.
I was on SOCOM 2 and 3 on the last days of PS2 Online.
Oh man, dude, SOCOM 2. They still XLink that shit. Or well, they have their own like little server now that's like tunneling software. That's called like SOCOM on. I forget what it's called. It's like it's kind of like Xbox Connect, but it's only SOCOM games.
Remember Xbox Connect? Holy shit!
I never used it, but yeah, I remember hearing about it.
Dude, I used it for a while, and instead of XLink, I didn't like XLink.
You know the one thing that pisses me off about PS2 multiplayer?
What?
OpenSpy does not support the PAL region.
More.
I have to actually like pre-patch my games to work, and it's just really fucking annoying.
What is OpenSpy again?
On your actual,
I'm like fucking. I'm noob. I just picked up my fucking No G Xbox today. Back when I had one before, but. A modded one. What is OpenSpy again? Is it like GameSpy or something?
OpenSpy is the DNS changing service that basically hosts GameSpy on another DNS.
Oh,
You can
okay,
play like the classic Battlefronts and all like the old GameSpy games by basically changing your DNS. If you're in the NTSC region, if you're in PAL, then you better get a hex editing kit out.
Oh god.
Because you're gonna have to change the DNS manually.
So,
that shit.
Going back to this monitor thing, back in the day for the 360 and the original Xbox, I had a Dell 24-inch Ultra Sharp, which I still have. It had composite component, S-video, DVI, two DVIs, a VGA, DisplayPort, HDMI. Like, I could literally hook up literally everything in my house to that one device, and it was big enough you could game on it and use it as a small TV. So I don't understand the whole problem with using a console on a TV. That was a D408WFP.
We should.
They should.
Chat.
Having like 8K and stuff.
I
like,
want to find one and buy one.
You can make that same argument with like the original Xbox. Like, what the fuck's the point of MX Unleashed supporting 1080i when most people have standard FTVs?
To be honest, with consoles, they should just have a second version of the console that supports the like the next generation of like TVs, like the 4K and the 8K stuff that isn't standard
and then
yet.
reduced price.
No way 8K becomes a thing for the next like 4 years.
I mean, doesn't it kind of suffer? Doesn't it suffer from diminishing returns though? Because fucking 4K TV, the pixels are there's so many pixels anyways.
Yeah, you gotta sit like
Unless
so
you're
close
sitting,
to be able to
okay,
actually
I
see a
have a
difference.
4K TV, and you got to be sitting.
I want to point out, I have a virtual reality headset, and I'm fine with that screen pressed against my two eyes with a 4K resolution. We don't need
lower than 4K. But that being said, that's
actually, to be fair, most games I'm playing don't support full 4K. There are some that are running. I think Beat Saber's running at full 4K, but that's because that game is basically the easiest thing you could ever run on a PC.
Yeah, it's literally just two sabers and blocks flying at you.
I think Half-Life Alyx I'm also running at full 4K, but every other game, because
what headset do you have?
Valve Index.
I always got Valve Index. I got the fucking HMD Odyssey, I think is the name of it. It's actually not a bad mid-tier headset at all. I'd recommend
I love how
Samsung one.
Valve Index is 1440 by 1600 per eye, which is far below 4K. That being said,
not
that is
according to the, it's 1440 by default, but I've been able to change
1440
it.
by 1600 is the actual display, each eye.
Would that no,
I
that's
can't
just the
VR
whole
get my
point.
fucking Steam VR settings out because I've got it set to 4K.
Oh,
Gaming
yeah, but you're downscaling.
It still work. It still proves my point though. We don't need 8K.
So you're talking almost 2 times as many pixels. That with 4K is
We
8.3
don't
million.
need 8K.
No, we don't. I agree. I never argue that you do need 8K. My point was that you were definitely not running that headset at 4K.
I can't remember what fuck. Oh, yeah, downscaling, which is obviously I'm gonna have to change that now because that's a fucking waste of the.
4K on a headset?
It's actually better to run it at native res because
mine are
you'll have no scaling artifacts at all then.
Yeah, and then actually the quality looks
VR
better.
now. They've ruined it.
Man's mind, you know. It's like I'm downscaling.
Oculus has just broken VR anyway.
Well, Oculus is also Facebook, you know. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Bye.
Oculus was fine. Like the Oculus Store was fine. I was happy with Oculus exclusives because we had obviously Revive, which would then allow you to play Oculus exclusive games on the Steam VR standard headsets. But now Oculus have gone, okay, no, we're going to actually attach the store to the headset, so you can buy certain games only if you buy our latest headset. Which basically means that now they're getting a load of exclusive VR games, and Steam is just getting more fucking indie
That
games.
Medal of Honor game was shit.
Good.
Yeah, I heard that.
Wait, the VR Medal of Honor?
Yeah.
Is it actually bad? God damn it, that sucks.
No, AAA companies refuse to properly support VR. You're never going to get a good AAA game because they just refuse to support it, apart from Valve, who have
The
basically...
only one that's good is, Alex. Like, that's it.
Valve,
also
that's
built,
only because Valve
that
is
was built from
trying
the ground up, though.
Valve is pioneering the VR like side of PC gaming. Oculus is obviously just riding on the fucking success of Valve and fucking everything up, making it about them.
You can throw a lot of shade on Steam, but they've done a lot of good stuff for PC gaming.
They've led VR. You need to remember that all of the original Oculus support and stuff was through Steam.
Keep in mind that Microsoft wanted to do the Xbox, the Microsoft Store. So you had to, any app you could install on Windows had to come through that store. It had to be approved by Microsoft. And the only reason they didn't end up doing that was because Steam did SteamOS and said, no, we're going to make our own OS. And it's obviously based off Ubuntu. But because Steam did that, enough users actually got behind it. The Microsoft's like, fine, we'll let you install whatever you want. Forget about that kind of shit.
You also need to give credit for Steam, because Steam was one of the first ever digital like app stores. The modern sense of app store where you buy the
it was
app,
fucking awful when it started out.
It was awful. That's why no games. Like,
but here's the weird thing though. They publicly learned all these lessons about making a good game store. And then Epic comes along and fucks up every single way Valve did back in the day. It's like, how come you didn't learn from a single one of Valve's lessons in the last 15 fucking years?
There was no cart function exclusive to basically force people to use the platform.
They got the no customer service the same. That was pretty close.
When they try to bribe you with free games.
Yeah, that's what happened when obviously Steam changed their terms of service. So if a game says it's going to be on Steam, it has to be on Steam at launch. You can't bullshit your way and become an Epic Games Store exclusive anymore. So Epic were like, oh no, how are we going to get people to continue to use our store? I know, let's just give out games for free.
The thing is, Epic still has a lot of money.
Yeah, but that's only from one game.
I refuse.
No, you could argue about how they have money. The point is, they do have money to back their store with. Whereas Steam
they're not spending their money in the store. Right?
They're definitely losing money on that store.
They're buying more games to try and make more. Basically, Epic Games, prior to the release of Fortnite, was going under.
Absolutely.
Tencent was getting ready to completely consume Epic Games.
I completely agree.
Because if you actually know this, Fortnite was originally a zombie survival game that was announced in 2012.
I was like, what happened to that?
They released
to a lot of games though. I mean,
the only place they advertised it really was on their own Epic Games launcher, which only Unreal players and Unreal Engine editors ever actually saw. They then released the game only on the Epic Games launcher, which nobody ever used. So the game had no publicity when it launched. It had fucking no players because it launched on a...
But they did two things right. They made it a reasonably accessible game, and they made it free to play.
It wasn't free originally. It was... 15...
No, I'm saying the two changes that made it big were made it accessible so everyone can kind of get into it.
No, you need to remember the thing that made it big was ripping off PUBG.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. Yeah, I'll give you that.
They modified their game to be a battle royale, released it for free, then spammed the fuck out of it everywhere they could. Look, we made free PUBG.
PUBG is $60. This is free.
Didn't PUBG rip off H1Z1 though? At first,
they're made by the same people.
A lot of games have had battle royale stuff going years back.
It's still basically the same game, kind of.
The first ever traditional Battle Royale game was the Arma 2 Battle Royale mod, who was made by, ready? PlayerUnknown. It was PlayerUnknown's Battle Royale.
Okay, you're talking a modern shooter, but the whole Battle Royale idea has been around fucking forever.
It has been around. It's been around in
just let's put it in a shooter.
But the first instance of it being in a game in the sense that we have vehicles, item drops, basically that was the Arma 2
modern recipe.
Yeah.
PlayerUnknown's Battle Royale. And then of course now everyone's like, oh, it's just Fortnite. No. PUBG PlayerUnknown does own the recipe to the modern gaming of Battle Royale gaming.
No, you can get up.
That kind of thing happens a lot, though, too. People are like, so-and-so ripped off so-and-so. It's like, that artist was around for 30 years before this new artist was doing it.
Yeah, that is true.
Some of those pictures, Kanye West and Paul McCartney got together. Yeah, Paul McCartney's been around for 50-some-odd years. 60, 70 years now. Fuck. That's old.
Honestly.
So, hey, so if I get the I'm using the yellow, white, and red cables to
composite.
HDMI. Will I get a better the composite? Will I get a better picture quality if I switch to component?
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah,
because right now it is glorious shit.
How are you playing without input lag with that shit?
Because I don't know, because I'm lucky, I think. So, maybe I do have input lag, but the 30 FPS is...
$5 to $10 cable on Amazon, it'll be better.
It's coming on Monday. It's currently coming on Monday.
If you know how to solder, make your own.
I mean, I'm not saying I recommend it, but if you just want some like super cheap and you don't really care, even that would be better than a composite.
I mean,
Chinese one would be
those
better
cables
than
it's fine, but I bought one once, you know, just to see how it would be like, and the audio was buzzing so bad.
I mean, it can be hit and miss. A lot of people say they're terrible, and they can be, but I got one that was alright, but I got the OEM component cable, so now I use that, but they worked for the time being.
Yeah, because I'm literally using composite right now, and it's like fucking the blurriest, pixeliest, interlaced shit I've ever seen ever.
Honestly, pound cables, dude, you cannot go wrong. Really, it depends. I mean, it depends on the condition of your Xbox, you know, which cable you get, really. But they're great cables.
I would posit that whatever is convenient for your device. Like if you only have component or you only have HDMI, like get something that fits your needs as opposed to something that everyone else says, go get this.
Yeah, no, I have, I looked at it because I had component to HDMI and then I had HDMI port, but then I looked in the back and then I saw that I had a composite. Or what is it? What's the fucking yellow, the yellow one? I'm sorry. I forgot.
Yellow, white, red, yeah, that's composite.
Yeah, composite. Okay, so I saw that I had component in the back, the YB, whatever fucking shit, the blue, green.
Yeah, blue, red, green.
So then I just ordered the cable that's coming on Monday, and then I'm not gonna use the converter anymore. I'm actually gonna switch to the component.
Yeah. Any less devices you can have in the middle will reduce your latency too, if you're big on latency.
Yeah.
You know, it's a really sad thing.
Latency for what?
The
Xbox.
Nintendo.
Oh.
Well, if you want no lag,
shit.
CRT is a big boy. So, you know.
I have a.
I got a Trinitron in my closet that I use sometimes.
Oh, dude, I had a
Commodore
Trinitron, but I
1084.
threw it away. I had a perfectly working Trinitron, and I threw it away because I didn't know the value.
Well, mine's all busted up. I got found it on side.
Mine was a 27 or 25 or 27. I don't remember.
Mine's like a 20 something. I have to fuck with. I have to find one of. I don't have the controller for it, but I have to find my old fucking cell phone because it has an IR sensor on it, and I use a universal remote.
I still use mine for that.
I don't
yeah.
think it anymore, dude. It's such a great feature.
So
Yeah,
I have an
to fuck with the colors
AverMedia.
so I get, like, glory again.
I have an AverMedia Live Gamer portable, and it's essentially just like a little capture device, but it does component in and HDMI out in very, very close to real time. Like there's very little latency, like so little that I don't notice it.
Yeah.
So hooking up to modern monitors with that is actually quite nice for the Xbox.
See, I don't know if the latency is just due to me being used to 60/120 FPS games and then going back down to 30 for this, or if it's actually
notice that.
Yeah.
I was playing ODST 144, then I go back to play like, you know, Halo 2 or something. It's like, oh, that's so painful.
Yeah, it's like literally the field of view and the wide and like the stretch widescreen and the pixels, but I'm just like, I appreciate it though.
There is the
audio
aspect
quality
ratio for Xbox widescreen.
What?
I've honestly given up on Halo 2 on the original Xbox in favor.
No, the Latin Americans hosting free for all 16-man with laggy fucking servers. I'm done with that cancer. Lockout only.
I mean,
24/7
I would play on Xlink.
Shoddy swords only.
I mean, I would play on Xlink, but everyone is in fucking Latin America, and the ping is like 9,000.
Yeah. And it's always like Colombia.
Why do Colombians love Halo 2 so much? What the fuck did that game do?
Just got it.
Predeterminado.
Like brand new there.
Predeterminado. What does that even mean?
I don't even know.
get on with the time.
Dude, I went on to one of those servers, changed my Xbox name to his name, and no one thought anything of it.
Well, the interesting thing about essentially Latin America is the internet down there is so bad that in a lot of cases it's easier to buy a console from North America, ship down there, and buy games from North America than it is to download PC games or anything down there.
Also,
because they have like
inflation
1
down there, also
kilobyte a
the price
second.
of things down there too. The price of a PS3 is like $600 probably down there.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean-
So I used to be an administrator on one of the it was the largest private torrent tracker in the world for games. And every single Brazilian we've ever had was a cheater. Like he would cheat on his ratio and stuff. Like the internet down there was so bad. But yeah, they would pay something like 40-50% more or higher than that for the new consoles. But we had a guy there who wanted the PS3. There was a contest that the host or the owner ran. That if everyone donated $10, you get a ticket to get a console. You give away 5 consoles. And we shipped a PS3 to a guy in Brazil. I think Brazil or somewhere down there. And it was like $80 to ship the fucking thing.
Wow.
But the guy was saying that he had to pay about $100 in taxes, but he'd have to pay over 10 times that to buy the fucking thing at the time. And this was, God,
Oh my god.
10, 12
Well,
years
yeah,
ago.
Brazil was still using
You guys lie
PS2s in
down.
like 2014.
They still
Bra-
are
Jesus.
probably.
Brazil
I mean,
was
to be
still,
fair,
like,
we're all on Xboxes, so...
Sony continued to produce PlayStation 2s like as an actual console to sell, specifically in Brazil, to the point where Netflix actually went out of the way and made a PlayStation 2 version of Netflix.
Yeah, I heard
just
about
for
that.
Brazil.
I was wondering whether it was PS2 version. I've seen it. I was like, is that real?
It's because
I had the Wii disc. I had the
Think it's
Wii
still-
one.
Master System and the Genesis.
the
I think,
PS2 was the most was in Brazil, not just was obviously the DVD player, and like it was the home entertainment system in Brazil because they couldn't afford an Xbox because the Xbox was ever slightly more expensive, and had obviously import tax from America, which cost more than import tax from Japan and Brazil for some reason. It's almost as if they don't like America. Then again, nobody likes America.
No one does.
Israel loves America for some reason.
Right now they do. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, it might have to do with all that money we gave them.
Oh yeah, it's almost like we give them more money than we should or something.
More the money than you give your own citizens?
Yeah, that measly $600.
Dude,
I didn't even get that.
I'm gonna be real honest. I don't care what happens to the Middle East. I have no skin in that game. I don't want to pay any money for that game.
Man, I can't wait to pay half. Like,
You know what?
I don't care for the
not
Middle
even
East.
my entire fucking
What?
rent. That's it.
There were no
Plot twist,
Middle
no.
Eastern territories in the British Empire. I have no reason to care for the Middle East.
Plot twist, no cap. I'm probably about to get hated by a bunch of people, but no, I'm currently in the U.S. Army at the moment, so I already know.
Sorry
how
for your
it goes.
loss.
Yeah, I know, right?
I have done. I'm not gonna fucking talk shit about you just because you're in the army.
The
Okay.
best part about England is that they can't fucking Gibraltar, and Spain is still something.
A lot of people do. They're like, you fucking kill
Spain
people.
is
and you
really
kill
cold.
them."
Fucking
still
hate
have
when people
Gibraltar.
say, I'm like, yeah, how about I throw you out there and you decide what you gotta
Yeah,
do.
you decide what the fuck you're gonna do about it. Like seriously, like fucking imagine, like you. Whenever you're having like fucking 5 Israelis shooting, or not Israelis, fuck, I'm retarded. Like Iranians or something, like that's an example, like shooting over your head, then tell me like how the fuck like you feel like about making decisions, because it's pretty difficult to make decisions.
It's like you can't
whenever
even
you're in
decide
that
what
position.
fucking coffee you want in the morning. What the fuck?
You're on the ground and you can't move, and if you move, you die. So about that, yeah, just saying.
Keep in mind, the whole culture of the U.S. is set up so if you want healthcare, if you want education, you go in the army.
Now I think civilians are like, a lot of civilians now are just so fucking like, what is it? Fuck. Brain thing. Privilege, Jesus Christ.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
that's too much Corona.
Well, the whole attitude of I never experienced it, so no one has ever experienced this.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it's like, that, trust me, I've become grateful for running water now. I've become grateful for running water, showers, fucking beds. Beds I've become really grateful for nowadays, because fucking Jesus Christ, sleeping in a tent's terrible.
How do you feel about the pizza MRE though, bro? Have you had that one yet?
Oh, the pizza MRE is fucking terrible, and I've had it. It made me want to kill myself. It's awful. No, it's like literally, okay, so it tastes like school pizza that has been sitting there for about, like, 10 weeks. That's what it tastes like.
It's like half nitrates, man.
Do you happen to watch Thief 1989 MRE info? Let's get this out onto a tray.
I thought it looked like a Lunchable pizza. I guess it's worse than that, then. Huh?
I mean, essentially, it's a Lunchable pizza that has had a bacterial infection. That's what it is. Essentially a yeast infection.
Dude, honestly, like, I've been working my way through the 2020 Marine menu. It's most of it's actually not bad. Like, compared to the old shit, it's not bad.
What is
okay, yeah, but in 2020 it's not bad. In 2030 it's gonna be fucking terrible.
What's the absolute worst one that you've ever had?
Spinach fettuccine.
Oh.
That one makes me want to kill myself. That one is actually awful.
Make that. I wouldn't even want to eat that. I'd rather starve.
No, it's always the one left over. It's always the one left over in the box. It literally always is. You can ask any fucking like person that's in the service. Like they would be like, "No, spinach fettuccine, worst fucking shit that has ever shitted."
One of my best friends is in the Marines right now.
Yeah, they're fucking horrible.
I'll say the fucking like the worst one I've had so far of the 2020 shit is the fucking peanut butter and jelly shit, because that fucking bread makes me want to kill myself. Like I don't know why.
Peanut butter and jelly?
Because it doesn't go bad.
It's on the snack bread that fucking is.
Snack bread, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Shitty snack bread.
Yeah, it's the snack bread that fuck. Did you have the whole wheat snack bread? Because that one's fucking.
Oh.
It's pretty good if you hate life. It's really.
No, it was the white shit.
That reminds me of like after like Michelle Obama fucking put forth all that healthy food shit in the schools.
Dude, she
and
ruined
then
my fucking
like
life.
all the hamburgers in school now had like wheat buns and like it was so bad because they all come pre-cooked, and then when they reheat them, they get all soggy, or it gets fucking hard as a hockey puck and you can't fucking eat it.
Hey, if there's one good thing about Melania Trump being the first lady is that no one has any expectations for future first ladies to have a special cause or whatever.
No.
Eat best, everyone.
The first day after that food change, I went into the lunchroom in middle school, and I got fucking five tortellini noodles. That's it. That's all they gave me.
Your 5 noodles.
Yeah, I'm like, God, thanks. I'm gonna starve, but thanks.
That's amazing. That is fucking amazing.
Dude, I saw.
No wonder why I weighed 150, like less than like 150 pounds up till like a couple of years ago.
Alright, dudes, I'm tuning out.
Have a good one, bro.
Yeah, man. Can we speak about the best country in the world, though? China.
Canada?
Wait, was that the host that left?
Yeah. I'm the
Oh.
host.